Darren, congratulations. Very good win.
Yeah, here we knew coming down here it wasn't going to be simple, but a lot of work done over the last couple of weeks since the McKenna Cup, and thankfully we pulled through there in the end.
That was tough.
Here it was all that, so it was, but you're not going to expect anything different Division 1, and especially coming down here to these lads. Like, they're a great team and they're a resilient bunch to keep coming back every year. We knew it wasn't going to be simple no matter who they had playing or who they were missing, and as I said, we missed opportunities, we took some great opportunities, and thankfully we pulled through there in the end.
Blistering start from you to go 5 points to 1 up, but seemed to just take the eye of the ball maybe those last 15 minutes of the first half. Were you disappointed to be a point down at half time?
Yeah, I suppose half time come at a good time for us as well to get in and regroup, because we conceded 5 in a row, and here you're up against a good team. You can't afford to take your eye off the ball at any stage. I think we were 4-1 or 5-1 up at one stage, and we did, like we thought we were coasting at one stage and picked off 5 points in a row in the last 10 minutes before half time. Good teams will do that to you, so as I said, half time come at a good time. We got in, regrouped, made a few changes and attacked the second half then.
Good start to the second half. Good goal.
Yeah, I suppose it come from a turnover up the other end, I think, and it just happened to be a bit further up the field, and we got a good quick ball into Connor and he flipped it across, and I suppose sort of hit and hope then at that stage it was, and thankfully hit the back of the net.
He's really had to hold tight. I suppose guilty of a lot of indiscipline maybe towards the end, given frees that maybe were not as scoreable, and then given balls move forward.
Yeah, it was disappointing that, and we know it's probably something we've talked about, but here you're in the first weekend of February, so you come down to Castlebar, you've got 2 points, so we know there were flaws in our performance, but we'll sit back, we'll recover now and we'll get ready for Cavan next Sunday.
Don't come much easier. Getting any easier anyway.
Here's Division 1, you're not going to have an easy game any day out, so that's why we're here and glad to be here and hopefully stay here.
It's after a good start, and that's the important thing.
No, it is. Here we target at the start. I suppose every year we've always got off to a good start, and last year we got 2 wins on the bounce and then lost 4 in a row and left it to the last minute to stay up, and here we'll be hoping not to do that this year, but you can't afford to take your eye off the ball any game in Division 1, so here, as I said, we'll get back to the training field now Monday or Tuesday night and we get ready for Cavan Sunday.
It's a tough place to come to, so you've gone home with a win. You have to be pretty happy with that.
No, we're delighted. As you say, it's a tough place to go. We always knew it would be very hard to get points here. I suppose we played well in a lot of parts of the game. Coming up to half time, we were disappointed to let the lead slip. We knew we had to put in a big second half, and in fairness to the boys, they worked really hard. The goal was important at that time. Gave us that wee bit of breathing space, and we were able to hang on. It was tough towards the end, but we defended really well, and we were able to chip on a few scores the other end. So, no, delighted with the win.
3 quarters of that game, we saw high intensity, great work rate, and guts and determination.
Yeah, and I suppose that's what we were asking for above everything else was to get that a serious work rate and a real intensity to the play, and the boys delivered that. I suppose some of the quality in our play at times wasn't as good as we would have liked, but overall, if you're working that hard, usually you often get the wee bit of luck and so on. And so, no, overall, we've plenty of things to work on, but delighted to get 2 points coming to a tough place like this, and so it sets us up again. Next week's another very tough game, but at least 2 points in the bag is a good way to be going into it.
You mentioned there a great start, just went 5 points to 1 up. The last 15 minutes of that first half, a little lapse, and Mayo dominated those 15 minutes, so you just went a point down from been very good in the opening 20 minutes, so that had to be disappointing at half time.
Yeah, it was, because we felt we'd played very well early on in the game. We were strong defensively, and we kicked a couple of good scores, although I think maybe we just got 1 from play. A lot of them were frees. The thing that was disappointing us was we still had attacking chances, but we weren't clinical enough up there. We weren't converting the possession we were getting. So that was the thing that we wanted to improve on the second half. But generally, it just to be leading 5-1 and then to be pegged back like that, it was going to be a test of character in the second half for the boys, just to make sure the heads didn't drop and to re-establish themselves in the game. And just delayed we did that and got the victory.
A great start, and in a game that close, a goal was always going to be important, so when it came so early in the second half, it was a perfect boost.
Yeah, that's right. And again, I suppose those times that Manzi has been isolated up there on his own, so we were trying to get more boys coming in to support him in that, and Darren arrived at a great pace and finished it really well. So it was 3 points at that stage was vital, and I suppose it gave us that wee cushion that although Mayo closed, it could never get level with us, and we were able to keep adding on a couple of points, and it was, I suppose, a difference in the end.
You mentioned a lot of positives in the second half. I suppose if we were to pick out a negative, I suppose it's then discipline. Maybe when we give away frees, they were moved forward then by not moving away or back chat.
Yeah, well, I suppose have to look into a couple of those things, but no, there's no doubt that wee things like that there can cost you in games as well, and in tight games like that. So it's an area we're going to have to look at and make sure that we tidy up and things like that. I thought our tackling overall was vastly improved on even in the McKenna Cup. So no, there's a lot of things to be happy about, but. Look at it, as I've said all along, we've had this conversation many times before. It's one game in the National League. It can turn very easily on you as well. So we'll just take the victory tonight. We'll take the positives out of it. We'll get our heads back down and try to get prepared really well for next weekend.
Keeps your great start going. That's 5 games now with Monaghan in the National Football League. You've won 4 and drew 1 on the opening round of the National Football League. So you like those opening round wins?
Aye, well, look at it. It has worked out well for us, and it's great if you can get a good start. At least it gives you that wee bit of momentum going into the next games. But we know. Look at next weekend. It's going to be it's going to be a great battle, because Cavan will be coming up to Castlebar looking 2 points as well, and a local derby. There's never ending in it. So, but it's one we're looking forward to. But we know that we're going to have to perform at least as well as we did tonight to try and get ending out the game. But that's the aim of and that's what we're preparing for during the week.